Hi and welcome to our
in a
garden.
video.
I am a stay-at-home mom
document.
of one baby. This garden has just been the best thing for my mental health, my physical health. It's only been a few months since we planted it, and honestly, I am just so surprised at how impactful it's been. I love coming out here every single day, but we're going to rewind a bit to March of this year where we set up the garden. We're so thankful to have neighbor friends who really held our hands along the way and helped us set this up. I don't know anything about gardening. My mom gardened when we were little, but I'm really bringing in absolutely no skills into this, and so everything that I've done, I have just learned as we go from our friends. My husband does have some gardening in his background, but we aren't really like handy people, I would say. And so this replacing our front yard, when I pitched this idea to my husband, it was a little bit intimidating at first, but I'm so glad that we did it. So what you're seeing us do, let me start from the beginning. Last winter, I think it was actually in the fall, and if you are planning on doing this yourself, I would recommend even earlier. We bought a tarp that would fit over this space, and we completely covered our yard in the tarp for probably maybe 6 to 9 months before this. And so that was in an effort to kill all of the grass. Speaking from now my experience, I do wish we would have put it on for longer because some grass is very persistent, but for the most part, it killed the grass. We removed that tarp when we were ready to till. You saw us bringing over some compost and then some wood chips. Wood chips specifically we're using for the walkways as a mulch, and hopefully they'll act like sponges to retain the water so that we don't have to water the garden as often. We really needed some compost because we just did not know what kind of soil we were working with. Like I said, our home is very old, and in a lot of ways the land wasn't stewarded very well, and so this compost was a really important step. So first we tilled our rows, and then we tilled the compost into the rows. Then it was ready to be planted. The garden gate was just built, which means that the first crop can go in the ground. It's almost April. It's not quite April yet. And today we are planting snow peas, which I'm so excited for. And I really hope that they grow. So I'm sowing them about 1 inch deep every 2 or 3 inches. So we'll see what comes up. Watching this back is so exciting because you are about to see what happens. And at this point, I had no idea if anything was going to grow. I remember saying, well, if one thing grows, I'm going to be so happy. I think that this reminds me of something that I have loved about gardening that I didn't expect, is that it's really helped me connect to the creativity of childhood in a way. You'll see my son in the background of these videos, and he has grown a lot in these past few months. And in a lot of ways, I'm setting this garden up not only for myself, but also for him. It's like nature's playground in a lot of ways, and I've been surprised at how much fun I am having while setting it up and caring for it and just partnering with nature in a way that really invites this sense of creativity. Also, I just want to say that I bought 3 seed potatoes and cut them so that at least 2 eyes were showing on each potato chunk, and I have been amazed at what has happened since. Our tomatoes go in. Our empty tomato rows. Our little zinnia seeds are popping up just barely. And then over here, we're gonna hill, I think, today. Some of these potatoes, and the rest of these 2 rows are empty. And then our peas are doing well, despite the drought that we've had. They are doing great. So at this point, I've planted my potatoes that popped up after about a week and a half, my zinnia flowers on one side of my garden, and my peas. And today I'm planting the tomatoes, which I did everything in the garden from seed just to save money because we are on a budget. And so this video starts in March, but the prep for this garden really started in February. Just planted the tomatoes. They're looking a little wilty, but we just watered in. Those tomatoes got even sadder looking to the point where I was sure some of them were dead, but I was shocked that they all made it through. It's a different day now, and I am attempting to hill the potato sprouts. I've never hilled potatoes before, so I feel weird doing it, but the garden is just a giant experiment, so we'll see
what this does.
It's about to finally be May. And I wanted to mention that although this video seems like it's all happening at once, this is happening very slowly and intentionally. We're trying as a family to embrace simplicity, and the garden has become a really big part of that. Also, the work is extra slow because of this little guy, the best garden helper there is. It's a good reminder for me as an American and somebody who lives in a fast-paced world that not everything needs to be fast. Not everything meaningful needs to be efficient, and sometimes the best things are the things that take time. By the way, I'm planting my peppers in this row and only 2 of them end up surviving, which is a really big bummer. There's this bug that I didn't know existed. Apparently, it just cuts off the heads of some plants, and I'm pretty sure that's what happened to my peppers here. But that's okay. I'm definitely filling the space with other things. Another not so successful thing I did this day was try to plant my basil. My vision was to have endless basil interplanted between my tomatoes because I eat pesto like no one I know. I am committed to the pesto game. However, none of these survived except for my Thai basil, so I ended up restarting them from seed. But at the time of recording, I do have a few coming up. Today is May 13th and I wanted to film a little garden update for you. I ended up putting a bean plant right here because I think it could grow up, but looking a little barely alive. Those are my beans, and then here are the tomatoes. Some looking better than others, but I'm overall just so proud that I started all of them from seed and that so many of them survived so far. So couldn't be happier about that. Here are onions. I did not start these myself. They're looking good. And then my zinnias are coming up quick. These are what it looks like. I'm curious to see what it'll look like when they're like all grown up. Like right now they don't look like, I feel like I could afford to have more flowers right here. So we'll see. I put 1 hollyhock flower right here and I really hope it grows like up here. That would be cool. And then my potato plants have shot up to the point where I just cannot keep hilling them. This bed is the only bed that doesn't have anything in it right now. And then our peppers are looking quite sad. I just put them in and I don't feel like they're doing that well with like the sun. One of them got chomped by something. Some of them are looking okay, like these 2 at the end here. And then our peas are shooting up to the point where I need to get more. We're using twine. I don't know how good of an idea that is, but so far it's working okay. Need to get more twine. Our strawberries are doing so good over here. We've been enjoying strawberries every single day. And then our little herb containers. Cilantro's coming in, parsley's coming in. I am super excited to eat some peas. And I also just planted cucumber seeds in the midst of them, which I don't know if that was a good idea or not. But we'll see. And then my dill is finally germinating and coming up. That's the garden, the mid-May garden update. It's officially June, so I wanted to give you a garden update. Some of our flowers are officially blooming, my zinnias, which makes me so excited and happy. So I'll snip these so that more will grow, and hopefully we'll have so many zinnias this season. My potatoes are doing well as they are. I've been so surprised at how big potato plants get, so that's really exciting. Let me take you inside the garden. You'll see that I have a few bean plants. The idea is for them to trellis up the chicken wire fence, and maybe even up here we have this on our porch, so I think it'd be really cool. I don't know if they'll reach that because I've never planted them before. We'll see. Our tomatoes, some of them are really huge already. So I have my beefsteak variety 1, beefsteak variety 2, and my cherry tomato variety, which I'm really excited about, with some basil planted in between. I have my parsley bucket over here next to my onions. I've been so surprised at how the onions seem to be growing okay. We'll see how they come out of the ground. We'll see. Some of them definitely look better and straighter than others. So cool. Okay, potatoes are, some of them are still flowering. They're beautiful, stunning, which really helps because this row has remained empty despite my best efforts. I was planning on putting sweet potatoes there. I still am. It's just a little later than I was anticipating. And then I just planted some zucchini in my failed pepper row. I don't know what's going on with my peppers that aren't growing, but I planted some zucchini in here. A girl can dream. And then here are my 2 surviving pepper plants. They're not very big yet, but I have high hopes for them. And finally, to my pride and joy here, these are my pea plants. My husband has helped with this trellis system. Over here we have our 2 sunflowers, which I'm hoping grow just fine. I have some butternuts planted that are just coming up, and then cucumbers interspersed between the peas, which we'll see how that works out. But the peas are doing so well, and we are enjoying delicious peas that just make the best garden snack. It feels surreal to be sharing this with you because this has been my dream for so long, and I'm just so grateful. Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe. As somebody who's just starting out, I hope that I can be an encouragement to you to steward what you have access to and experience creativity in nature.